Very strange, he would say.
That word existed before the show, and will continue to exist after the show.
It is forever changed.
It is kind of. Every time I've actually heard, because I guess stranger things have happened, and I've heard that saying, and I heard it in a movie the other day. I don't remember what it was, but I went, "Oh, he said it."
That's the name of the show.
Thing. And it was a movie from like the '60s, but yeah, it feels insane. I don't know. It feels absolutely insane. Just that was insane.
I mean, you guys are amazing.
Are there more people in here than the last one?
Oh yeah, there are double the amount of people in here that were in the last room. Yeah. No big deal. Special fan experience that you've had over the course of this whirlwind that's like really stuck with you?
I thought quite a nice one. I was in Rome recently on holiday, and I don't live there. And I saw these two little kids wearing Hellfire t-shirts. One's about 7, one's about 9. I was in disguise. I was wearing a hat. I was also wearing sunglasses. No one could tell it was me. I was enjoying an ice cream, a gelato. It's Italian for ice cream. And I saw them walking, and I just couldn't help myself. And I took my hat off and looked at them, and they started crying.
Oh my gosh!
And it was adorable. And I gave them a little hug, and then they walked away. But that's what's crazy about this thing, is that it doesn't matter where you go. I think, not especially with this season, but I do think this season has touched people in a way that I definitely couldn't have predicted. So that is, you're aware of how global this thing is. That's my fan story.
I love that. Really good.
All the little girls dressed up as Chrissy, where I'm like, you shouldn't even be watching this show.
Where are your parents?
But they're so cute, and they're so happy, and then there's also all the people that crochet mini Chrissy dolls that I just, like I've said before, this fandom's so talented. It's just amazing.
Well, we were talking this morning, and I was saying to Grace, like, the amount of people, or the amount of young girls who are in the Chrissy costume that are like crying like she died in real life is so. I was like, they think you're dead. Like they really feel. I don't know. They're just so connected to the show. For me, I mean, I don't know. It's been the first time really that I've noticed people like young kids. I mean, 12-year-old guys or whatever, just like with their mom, and they're just so, I don't know, there's something incredibly moving to me, and I will never get used to it. I'm just I'll just sign a photo and I'll just talk to them for a second, they'll leave, and they'll just look at their mom oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. And I was seeing that from the other side is so sad, because I was saying to someone the other day, I went to a bunch of cons as a little kid, and now I'm on the other side, which is crazy. I went to cons in Seattle. I was from Vancouver. I went to Fan Expo Seattle or in Vancouver, and it's weird being on the other side, and being able to have, and fans also are really nice too. I don't know if you guys have had this yet, but they're like, "Are you okay?" They're come up to your table and they're like, just make sure you get some rest, because they're also really tired. All the fans are also really tired as well from just being on their feet all day. So they're just yeah, I don't know. It's really a really nice, supportive.
Do you get any? Are they giving you breaks?
Yes.
They're giving you breaks.
They're giving me breaks. Yeah.
It's very
Fans
sweet.
care a lot. We care a lot,
Yeah,
right, guys?
it's so sweet.
I love you talking about going to Fan Expo Vancouver before all this. I would love to know one thing each that you guys are a big fan of. What do you geek out over?
Well, I met Frodo and Samwise yesterday. Big thing for me. Yeah, I loved those movies growing up so much. That was a big part of my life.
They're incredible. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, I got to see them. They did a panel last night. I got to see them. It was incredible. It was I don't know if anyone here was there, but it was amazing. And it made me laugh, because I was because everyone's saying Stranger Things the next season's the last season, which is insane. And but I always think about like, oh man, it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be heartbreaking. And then I realized like those guys probably thought the same thing in 1999. And they were. Imagine if someone was like, by the way, in 20 years, you guys are gonna be at a convention center in Toronto. You guys are all gonna have kids, and you're gonna be together like on stage again. I would be like, I don't care. What are you talking about? Like, but it just shows that like it lasts for like a really long time, and that I'm gonna be whatever 43 and be with Joe Quinn and like just be fat and on a stage somewhere just being like, yeah, when I was 13, it was funny because I never did, like, I don't know. I just think it's funny.
Yeah, you guys are in this for the long haul,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, we're gonna be in it for the long haul.
Yeah. What about you, Grace? What do you geek out over?
Paul Newman.
Yeah. Yeah, remind me what your favorite Paul Newman movies are.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and Cool Hand Luke.
Great choices. Great choices.
I like marinara. That's a Paul Newman tomato sauce reference. Anyone? Right? Guys, come on.
Nice.
Thank you. He's also got cheese puffs. Thank you.
We are going to play a quick game. We played this briefly, but I'm going to give you guys some different questions this time. So this game is called 3-Second Summary. And essentially, I'm going to give each one of them on a card the name of a famous horror movie. They're going to have 3 seconds to describe it to the other two, and then they have to guess what the horror movie is. So, are you guys ready for this? If anyone wants to trade theirs in, I do have 2 other options. You let me know. Oh, you did?
I'm not gonna cheat, okay? In front of all these people, that wouldn't be good for my conscience.
All right, why don't we start with Joe?
You timing me?
I'm gonna time you. Hang on. Okay, we're ready.
Balloons.
It.
Yes! Crushed it!
And I'm gonna be 42 and talking on a stage about that one as well.
Alright, Ben, your turn.
Okay, he kills you in your dreams.
Freddy Krueger. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah! Oh my gosh, you guys are crushing. Alright, Grace.
Okay.
No pressure, you can do it.
Winona Ryder.
Beetlejuice. Dracula.
Yeah!
Beetlejuice. Oh, okay. Great.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, both are horror. She's in
Dracula.
Dracula.
Okay.
Is she in Dracula?
Yeah.
Oh, with Keanu Reeves.
No, with
What am I thinking of? Oh, wait, hold on, sorry. Have you seen that video of Gary Oldman on the set of
I just can't
Of
wing
course.
it.
Yeah.
He's got this gigantic cape on and this prosthetics, and they're like, and the director's just giving him a note, and he's getting really upset with the director.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, and of course, Francis Ford Coppola, who's a director, I don't know if you guys know.
It's gonna be huge.
And he storms off set in the craziest looking costume you've ever seen in your life. Anyways, it's kind of an inside baseball thing.
Can we play again?
Yeah, we can totally play again. I have 2 more cards here, except for Finn's seen one of them, so you can't guess. I mean, you can, but it would suck. Oh, we did this one already. Whoops.
And yet another one I will be talking about.
Oh, I think we do only have 1 more card. Okay.
We guys have come up with our own, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Winona Ryder.
That's weird.
Giving you the same card twice. Well, do you guys have favorite horror movies? You can do your own. Yeah.
Its eyes. Its eyes are not. Its
Jeepers
Something,
Creepers.
no, something.
The hills of
What's
Home?
wrong? What's wrong with its eyes?
It's art.
What's wrong with its eyes? What? Yeah, that's the director.
Are you saying Tom Clancy?
That is also
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Siege. Okay, wait, no, it's Mia Farrow.
Mia Farrow.
Rosemary's
Rosemary.
Baby.
Rosemary, its eyes.
Yeah, a good one, a good one.
That was fun.
That's more for us than for you.
You guys crushed this both times. I'm very impressed with your horror movie knowledge. Let's give them a big round of applause. We do have some audience questions from the great folks in the crowd here that we pre-selected. This one's from Michael Guerrero. I'm excited about this one. What's your favorite line that you improvised?
There are a few good ones this season. I feel like. You do, I feel like.
I don't know. I can't remember which ones I did anymore. Which one?
What is it? Wait, hold on.
One at a time. So.
Shh, wait.
Big boy. That was an improv. We heard.
Yeah, I did improvise that one. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that one. Calling Joe Keery a big boy. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, a solid one. A solid one.
There's a few moments also, like, even in our scene, that scene where, like, you're on the table and all that stuff, like, there was that extra that walked past that you were like, and you're like, that's who's killing the kid. And you're like, that's who's killing the kids. That scene or whatever, you know? And you, like, do it to the extra, and she's like, oh, freak, or something like that. That was, like, completely improv. Like, you just ran
She
up
came
on
up with
her.
Freak. She did.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, so technically the extra that came up with freak
Really?
was good. I'm trying to, did you?
Did we have any improv bits?
Joe, are you fucking kidding me? You like improv that entire scene.
That's not true. Is it?
Pretty much. You mock stabbed yourself and fell off the bench, and the Duffer Brothers were like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, yeah,
You were like,
and
"Let me just try it."
And then they weren't going to let me use that word. They were like, we can't use it because there's too much leaves in your hair.
Yeah,
But we
which
made-
then you improvised the leaves being in your hair.
Yeah, I was quite badly behaved.
I was gonna say there's
Yeah.
one line in the show that we were filming in New Mexico, and there's just a lot.
Surprise guest. I was wondering why there was a fourth
Big round of
chair.
applause for everyone's favorite villain, Jimmy.
Sorry, Quinn. Sorry.
I was gonna say something so fucking boring, so don't worry about it.
Jamie, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, nice to see you
Hi,
again.
great to see you.
Hi. Thank you. We love you too.
Jamie, we were just talking about any moments that you improvised during the filming of the season.
Improvised. No. I mean, there's some stuff in episode 7 where Henry is like, I'm still breathless from Joseph's embrace. There's some stuff in episode 7 where Henry's sort of like walking around the kids with that scene with Millie, you know, where that scene was so long, obviously, that sort of, there was a lot of travel backwards and forwards between Millie and the wall. And there's lots that you don't get to see because it's really dark. Like I'm talking to a child at one point who's lying on the ground. So little things like that, but no lines. I didn't improvise any lines, I don't think. Actually, that being said, Natalia, Nancy, when she's tied up in that chair and she's saying, no, in one take I just started saying, yes. That didn't make the cut, thankfully. Yeah, but that was pretty much the only thing, I think, yeah.
That was too dark somehow.
I think it was just too shit.
You guys are such a tight-knit cast. It's obvious from the way that you interact. Is there a Stranger Things group chat? Is there a GC?
If there is, I'm not in it.
Why not? Dark.
No, I mean, I feel like when we were on 12 or 13, I don't know, it's not as much of a
There's a Stranger Things group chat.
There's-
You guys not on it?
No, I'm not.
I think there are like I have like maybe like 2 or 3 groups of 3 of the cast. There isn't. I don't think there's a whole group
Yeah.
chat.
Do you guys just send each other memes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's specific people you check in, like we text sometimes, and I'm checking on Charlie and Edward. I mean, literally, Jamie and I only started to get to know, we didn't have anything together, 0 from the show, so we really only started getting, we'd met before, but we only had a real conversation in New York after the show came out.
Yeah, by the elevators.
Oh, wow.
So it's been nice to just actually hang out with each other.
Yeah, it's been really nice.
Yeah. Because you have like 4 different storylines and they're all in different places in the world, so it's fun to just like see it all come together.
I sent Millie a meme the other day and she said, please don't.
What was the meme?
It was Will. Wait.
We're gonna do this live, everybody. We're gonna check it out.
I think it's on this phone. Let me see.
Did you see that meme where it's like what Mike sees when Will's looking out the window and it's like a photo of a guy with like his bald head? It's so funny. Every time everyone knows what the meme is, even when I'm not.
Yeah, there's also a good one where like Mike is just a dog sitting there like, well, sobbing. Yeah, it's really good.
It's Will Byers dressed as Will Smith from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he says, now this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down. So good.
I love that Millie was like, absolutely not. It's a no. This is serious business. What's each of y'all's "Save Me from Vecna" song? Besides the Venga Bus, basically.
This is all got way out of hand now. So, yes, I committed to this joke. I guess it's a joke. It's not a joke because it's not funny, but it's. There's a band called the Venga Boys, and there's a song called Up and Down, and I said it in one interview, and I committed, and yes, and so I guess that's still my Vecna song, Up and Down by the Venga Boys. You're welcome.
As funny now as it was then.
Pardon?
As funny now as it was then.
Yeah, I
well
guess.
done,
Yeah.
Yeah. We like to party. I don't know what mine would be. I said Miley Cyrus Party in the USA, but that's just like, it's old school, it's not a great song, and I feel, I'm the same as Joseph, I feel like an idiot for saying that now, and I've dug myself like a hole I can't get out of. But there's my answer, so enjoy
I know, you know
it.
what's sad is
It's
that
nice in the hole,
you know what's
isn't it,
actually
Jamie?
not cool? It's not cool is that everyone's mind was immediately like, what's the first joke I could make?
100%.
Like, the first joke I thought in my head, and now I'm gonna be tied down to this, and I'm saying it, I'm gonna start saying it, and everyone's gonna tie me down to it, but I want, if it's something that you know, it should be like a new metal song. It should be like Trapped. It should be like, suffocation! Or the one that's like, oh, yeah. That would be my, down with the sickness. That would be my thing to get me out.
There are a bunch of TikToks too of Vecna standing there like hearing someone's song that's like the Venga Boys and just being like, just go. Oh my god, please, I don't want this. Like, what about you, Grace?
I kept saying, "What is Love" by Hathaway.
Great. These are all very good. And Chrissy, wake up, absolutely. Which we should all probably say once. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
I said this at the last panel, but let's remember what the scene was that took place in. The murder of an innocent girl that you all made into a joke. Look at you guys. You sick freaks. making it into a thing. You know what? That's fine.
The whole crowd was like, we are sick freaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
you. We're gonna play another game. This one is called Rapid Fire, the strangest thing. So what I'm gonna ask you is like, what's the strangest whatever that you've ever done? And we're gonna go down the line and say whatever pops into your head first.
Can I
Jamie's
leave?
already in the They're gonna be wholesome. They're all gonna be wholesome. Don't worry. These were all approved by your agents. Strangest food you've ever eaten?
Oh, I ate a Christmas ornament one time. Oh. Here's a nice piece of trivia, and I'm saying it to a room of 1,000 people. When I was like 1 year old, I ate a Christmas ornament, a glass one, by the way. By the way, totally fine. Nothing was cut up. However, I did poop sparkles. That's a true story. That my dad was changing my diaper and he was like, "Holy shit." Anyways, I don't know, pizza with pineapple. Whoa. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say something normal.
Jamie, what do you got for us?
Oh, not much. I don't know. I think I want. Sorry? Princess La. I never ate Princess La. I don't know. Come back to me. I think an animal of some sort, and I don't eat meat anymore. So I feel terrible for saying it out loud. So nothing. I've never eaten anything. Air. Just eat air.
That's pretty strange. A great answer. What about you, Grace?
I feel like in middle school, did you guys all do those challenges where it was like if you eat this dried cricket, you get this like yo-yo?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
What?
Mr. Holmes.
Sorry,
Oh
what?
my God, yeah.
Was it
No.
like part of the curriculum?
Did that happen to any of you guys? A surprising number of people said yes. Interesting.
That's like such a bad prize. Like to be like, eat this live bug or have this yo-yo, and to have this yo-yo. Like it's not a fair trade-off. Actually, it's fine. I've had cricket tacos in Mexico City and they were great.
Yeah. All
I got a
right.
yo-yo at it, so.
Really? I didn't get anything out of it.
Just the experience of having done it.
Yeah.
Joe, you good? You have anything?
I've got two things, but one of them is appropriate. I ate a bowl of ants recently
Oh,
in Brazil, just a whole bowl of ants, and it was delicious.
really?
Yeah, really
What did they
good.
taste like?
Lemongrass. There's this whole bowl of kind of fried ants. And it was-
Interesting.
You know
lovely.
who told me that ants taste like lemongrass? They're gonna hate me for saying this. The Duffer Brothers. You know why? They used to eat ants as little kids. And they told me one time they taste like lemon.
Weird.
Which made me think, do you guys still eat ants?
It's a real fresh memory somehow. All right, strangest place you've had a nap.
I had a nap in the middle of a supermarket. There's a photograph of it on the internet. You can go and find it if you want to see it. I was really tired, and we were doing a series of pictures of me napping in the strangest places. So like one was in a supermarket, one was like halfway down some stairs, one was like on top of a like thick desk. Oh hello. Yeah.
So were you posing to take naps, or were you actually taking naps and the photographer just like took a photo and then waited for you to wake up?
Sort of both.
Oh.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Anybody else? Hard to top supermarket.
I don't. No one can. Yeah, no.
Grace, Joe.
School?
School.
Yeah, school uses
Solid.
a lot in, and I feel like I don't know, just a lot of floors. I feel like
Yeah.
Floors, yeah.
floors.
Airport floors?
Oh
Airport
yeah,
floors,
JFK. I was stuck in there for a night, and Yeah, not as cool as the supermarket, but
Well, you guys
Thanks for saying it's cool.
Just like a hockey game. That's pretty impressive.
oh, you know what? Actually, I slept. You know what's? I slept through Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen, which is like the loudest movie. Which is like the loudest movie you'll ever hear in a theater, and somehow I slept through the entire movie.
Somehow.
It's a classic. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it just reminded me of Linkin Park. That song from the Transformers movie would also be a great Vecna song.
Agreed. Strangest scene you've been in?
All of them.
Fair enough.
I did a TV show once where I was lying on a table surrounded by sort of 9 men, like stroking my naked body. Whilst lovely, it was intense. Yeah. Oh, I also had to kiss a friend's mum in a film once. That was fucking weird. That was weird. I was like, I'm so sorry. She was like, why are you sorry? I'm like, because you're my friend's mum? Like, this is weird. Anonymous. Jodie Richardson. Yeah, right.
We gotta stop letting Jamie go first.
I feel like most of this, I feel like every scene, especially in Stranger Things, is just weird. Like sometimes we'll just like, I mean, when we were shooting season 4, Eduardo Franco, who plays Argyle, he's new obviously, and we were so used to just being like 11 over there, whatever, the Demogorgon, the Vecna, like it just sounds insane. And he one time like burst out laughing during a take. He was like, "I'm sorry, you sound so dumb right now. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, what?" And like there was this scene in the 9th episode where like 11's in the bath, and we all just have to kind of crowd around her on our knees, and that was like 3 days of us just looking at her while she was asleep. And Eduardo could not keep it together. He was like crying, laughing. And the Duffer Brothers were getting so mad at him because they were like, "This is a really serious scene, man." And Eduardo was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We're in the middle of the fucking desert and we're looking at this girl who has a shaved head just like in a hospital, like just like lifeless. And like, this is insane." He's like, "You can't expect me to take this seriously. This is insane. This is crazy." And he just was like, could not handle, and it made me realize like, oh yeah, it's so funny because a lot of these scenes are so weird. If like an outsider came in and was like, "What are you guys doing?" Like, imagine if we were just like shooting that scene and no one saw the crew. It was just like me, like in character, just looking at 11. If someone walked in the door, they'd be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Get out of here. You're just watching, like this is so weird. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like they're all pretty, when you actually think about it, they're all pretty weird.
Yeah, totally.
But they're really fun.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, we did the scene in the woods where we were just being told about various invisible threats that we had to react to. So the brothers would be either an earthquake or some bats, or an earthquake or some bats. And we just, those would change constantly. I think the strangest scene that we did this season was in Lover's Lake though. We had this enormous water tanker built, and we had this very zealous director who did the third block, who was brilliant, called Nimrod. But at the end of every take, he'd go, "Yeah!" And he'd call cut, and Joe Keery was showing off. And was kind of like swimming, and he was being amazing. And after every single one of his takes, Nimrod would just be going like, "Yeah, goddamn rock star! He's a goddamn rock star!" And yeah, Joe started to believe it as well.
All right, you Grace, strangest scene you've ever filmed?
I did a movie a couple years ago with Eduardo, and our characters randomly break out into a song about drugs. That was very strange.
Yeah.
It was a very beautiful, buoyant song.
What movie is that?
It's called The Binge. It's about drugs.
Yeah, great. All right, last strangest question. Strangest movie you've ever seen? I know a bunch of y'all are cinephiles, so.
I saw a movie called One Cut of the Dead.
Oh, yes.
It's incredible. It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, because there's something that happened.
Yeah,
There's a
you
movie
can.
called One Cut of the Dead. It's
And
Japanese.
you should watch it. You have to commit to it though. Yeah.
No, I mean,
Well,
the room's
yeah,
just
I mean, that's
hilarious.
an obvious
The
answer,
room's
though.
hilarious.
Yeah.
The strangest movie I've ever seen, I remember, there's a few where I was just like, oh, what was that? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, the art. Yeah, Midsummer's disturbing for sure.
Yeah.
There's like the artsy movie. There's like that movie Gummo
Yes.
is like a horrifying, weird movie. That's amazing as well. But it's like a classic, like film school. Like you see Gummo. It's like a classic one of those movies. I'm trying to think.
There's a film called Candy with Ringo Starr
Yes.
and Richard Burton. Have you seen that film?
Yes, I have.
That's
Very bizarre.
mental.
Yeah.
I watched that recently. That's probably the strangest film I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that's a great answer. It's a weird one. Jamie, I feel like you're gonna have a good answer for
Do
it.
you think so? I don't know.
I do.
I don't know really. I watched. Sorry, Twilight.
Twilight. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Question answered.
It's legit.
A lot of good. I mean, there's also a lot of '70s movies that are just so weird. Like most '70s movies, I feel like are just so
I feel
weird.
like Clockwork Orange is very
That's
weird.
a strange
Oh, it
movie.
is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. There's like, I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I mean, there's strange and there's disturbing and then there's sort of like purposefully strange. It's like everything everywhere all at once is purposefully meant to be
Yeah.
strange.
Oh my god, so good.
But then, there's films like Anything for Jackson about two, like a satanic couple who take in a kidnapped victim and have to sort of feed her to Satan. That's disturbing. It's great. It's awesome. You should watch it.
I told you guys.
Yeah.
Well, big round of applause for our Thank you guys. You did a great job. You did great. We're getting pretty close to wrapping up here, but I would love to know from you guys, for our audience of 2,500 people here, which is wild and incredible, one thing that you hope folks take away from your character this season, something that you hope they learn from you that they take away from Eddie and Mike and Chrissy and Vecna.
Sure. Well, it's quite hard to say this without sounding too sincere, but I guess that it's absolutely okay to be different.
Yeah.
And our differences should be celebrated and not vilified. I think that is, that's what I hope people take away from Eddie.
Yeah, I love that. What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like this season for Mike was like pretty passive. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, Mike's whole thing is kind of that his big job this season was to be the support class for his friends, kind of.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I think he's slowly coming through I feel like in the last 2 seasons he's been pretty up in the clouds, and I feel like slowly as the season ended I think it's the right. I don't know to be. It's okay to be compassionate, I guess.
Yeah.
He goes through 4 or 5 seasons of not telling Eleven how he feels, which is crazy because everyone knows how he feels.
That monologue, by the way, is amazing.
Oh.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I would say that. I think
It's really good.
Yeah.
How about you, Grace?
I played a very small part, but a lot of people have approached me and shared that they had a similar experience to Chrissy's traumas. And even though Chrissy didn't get to have her happy ending with resolving all of that, I would like to say that recovery is not linear, and I feel so lucky that people feel comfortable sharing with me their story. I love you too.
Fucking really?
Child murder.
Yeah, don't be a dick. I mean, look, Grace just used the word trauma, and so much of what this show is about and where these characters come from for Matt and Ross is based in trauma. And I spoke yesterday about the idea of relating to this character that I play, and ultimately, you know, this is a person who is, like Eddie, vilified, suppressed, repressed, oppressed, and ends up becoming a very negative version of themselves. So without jumping too much on the Joseph bandwagon, I think also it is about just letting people be their true selves and have their power and love them for it no matter what. And don't try to control anybody, ever. Don't kill your family.
Don't kill your family. And what a note to end this wonderful panel on.